Hello, welcome. My name's Nick Bettis, and for many years I've been helping business owners like you to run their business better. Because you're watching this, I'm guessing that you are a business owner who feels that you're having to do and decide too much for your employees, and you're feeling frustrated that this is restricting the growth of the business and holding you back. Today I'm going to talk to you about the simple steps that my clients take to overcome this problem and free up their businesses for growth. To do this, I'm going to talk about the 4 big mistakes that business owners make that keep them having to do and decide everything for their employees. At the end, you'll get a chance to download a free ebook that sets out exactly and in full detail how to make these changes in your business. I'd like to take a few minutes to briefly introduce myself. After a career working for these corporates on the left, I set up as a business coach and consultant working with SMEs. I've worked with around 100 business owners like you over the last 10 years. And from this, I've developed the process we're talking about today. When I'm not at work, I play golf, I play in a band. That's me on the left, a tall, handsome one. And I support Portsmouth Football Club. Here's a picture of my sons and me at Wembley when we won the FA Cup. My office is about 30 miles west of London, here in the UK. Let's start with a simple view of why business owners like you get stuck at a certain size, the business owner's trap. Here are the symptoms. For some reason, you come up against a ceiling beyond which you cannot grow the business. Working harder and adding employees doesn't fix it. You start to get quality issues, which drives you to the checking and controlling of more things personally. You even start to miss out on sales opportunities because you can't follow up on time, or you can't deliver them if you do win them. A great example of this scene was one of my clients who said that he'd never been able to grow his electrical business beyond 16 electricians. He'd reached that size several times. Here's a diagram showing what happens. Your revenue grows over time and then levels off at this hidden ceiling. Your effort and stress increase as you strive to move beyond this barrier. And you end up stuck in the owner's trap. It's not a lack of business opportunities. It's not marketing or sales that are the problem. It's not that you can't hire good people. The issue is that you, the owner, are still doing and deciding pretty much everything in the business. You personally have become the bottleneck, even though you're working very long hours. Any one person can only control so many employees, make so many decisions, or deal with so many transactions. These things set your revenue ceiling. Here's some good news. It doesn't have to be this way. Otherwise, all we'd have in this world would be small businesses. So some businesses are different. Some businesses are unchained from the owner's own capacity. They are no longer limited to what the owner can control themselves. I've emphasized a key message here. To grow a business, you must grow the employees. By that, I mean develop their capacity, capability, and willingness to take on more responsibility and to make decisions. To make that work, your business must become more systemized, must follow standard processes and measure the results against targets. We call businesses like this unchained businesses. So this brings us to the 4 big mistakes that trap our business owners. They don't discuss what the business is trying to achieve. They don't make clear who is responsible for what. They don't plan when things must happen. And they don't agree how things are done. I want to make 2 more important points here. Firstly, the problem is never your employees. Yes, you will have good and bad employees, but it's entirely within your control who you employ and how they perform. The second point, look at the words used. Not decide or tell or control or explain. The words used are all about two-way communication. You cannot make your employees motivated and accountable. They must want this themselves. To unchain yourself from your business, you must unchain your employees. Unchained businesses know these 4 things. What are we trying to achieve? Who is responsible for what? When are things supposed to happen? And how are things done? Or, more accurately, all employees in unchained businesses know 4 things. Let's talk about each of these 4 things, why they're important, and what you need to do to achieve them. We'll start with what. In businesses that stay small, employees don't know where they're going. They don't know what the organisation is trying to achieve. They cannot show initiative or own problems. They're not motivated by any sense of purpose. In contrast, in businesses that are scalable, employees have a clear shared goal. They know what the organisation is trying to achieve and can make their own decisions to move things forward. Here are 3 simple steps to define your what. By the way, we don't have time to go into these things in detail right now, but at the end, I'm going to be offering you a free ebook that has all the templates, processes, guidance and examples you need to implement them in your business. So, for the purpose of this presentation, we're just going to briefly introduce these things. So your vision sets out why the organisation exists and what you want it to look like and be doing at some point in the future. This helps you develop a shared sense of purpose, which motivates employees. Your marketing story explains what niche you serve, what's their pain, and what's your unique and better solution to that pain. This helps employees understand what is important and make better decisions. Your one-page strategy defines the vital few things that you're going to do, change, and achieve in order to reach the vision by serving your niche. This helps employees understand how their role fits in and how they help the organisation achieve its purpose. Let's look at your who. In small businesses, employees just chase the ball. There are no positions, no team shape. And you, the owner, must constantly tell them where to go and what to do. In scalable businesses, everyone knows their role, and these roles are designed to work together and win. Having picked the team, you don't need to get involved on the pitch. Here are the 4 simple steps to define your who. You use your delegation plan to identify what you need to delegate and to whom, and what needs to happen to make a success of that delegation. This allows you to free up your time and reduce your involvement in things. Your organisation chart shows you and your employees who's responsible for what and what resources they control to achieve that. This helps your employees become more accountable and confident. Job descriptions set out exactly what each role is responsible for and how results are measured. This helps your employees understand and own their results. Objectives are a way of you and your employees agreeing targets and discussing how they can be achieved. This makes your business more productive and improves quality. Just to emphasise, all of these components I'm talking about, the ones on this slide and the ones on the other slides, are really a means of communicating with your employees. They're not pieces of paper, but they're vehicles for two-way communication and shared understanding. Let's look at your when. In businesses that stay small, events are often a surprise, and everyone in the business, including you, is reactive. In businesses that are scalable, there's a plan. Everyone knows a plan, and are able to follow it without intervention from you. Here are the 4 simple steps to define your when. Your budget sets out the income you expect month by month, together with the related costs and profit. This lets everyone know what is expected to happen and be more engaged in achieving this. Your marketing plan sets out your marketing activities, expected costs and results in terms of leads or inquiries each month. This ensures that your marketing activities are focused on the desired result. A sales plan forecasts new sales opportunities and close deals each month. This means that you can take corrective action in good time if necessary. Finally, your service plan. This will vary depending on the industry, but it sets out things like number of employees, number of vehicles, stock items, and so on, required to deliver your budgeted income. This means that you can improve productivity and profitability. Let's look at your how. In businesses that stay small, everyone does things differently. There are no standard processes, results are unpredictable, wheels are constantly reinvented, and things often go wrong. In businesses that are scalable, standards and processes ensure that things are always done the one best way, which ensures predictable, consistent, high quality results. The dashboard tells you what is going on. Here are the 3 simple steps to define your how. Your operating manual describes how things are done. It may include procedures, checklists, videos, screenshots, or anything else that you and your employees find useful and an easy way to document how things are done. This means more consistent, better quality results internally and for customers. Your KPI sheet is where you forecast and track a small number of critical measurements that tell everyone how the business is doing. This means that you're able to run the business better using much less of your time. Your monthly review meeting is the forum where you compare actual performance with your plan and take action accordingly. It's also where you develop your management team as you teach them how to run the business. This means that you can continue to reduce the business's reliance on you. So, Unchained businesses know 4 things. What are we trying to achieve? Who is responsible for what? When are things supposed to happen? And how are things done? Unchained businesses are scalable. They're unchained from your own limited capacity. They're no longer limited to what you can control yourself. Let me emphasize a fundamental point once more. To grow a business, you must grow the employees. By that I mean develop their capacity, capability, and willingness to take on more responsibility and to make decisions. Now, to make that work, your employees must all march in step. They all know what the organisation is trying to achieve, who is responsible for what, when things are supposed to happen, and how things are done. Oh, that's all very well, I hear you say, but how do I actually make this happen? How do I take it from this to this? Well, you have 3 options. Option number 1 is to do nothing. You can accept that your business won't grow much beyond where it is, if at all. In fact, to reduce stress all round, you'll probably want to rein things back a bit and shrink the business. There's nothing wrong with this. If the thought of working on your business and developing your employees leaves you cold, then you'd be sensible to settle for a small business. Option number 2 is to guess how to do it. I mean, this presentation gives you quite a lot of information, and you could seek out other training, look at books and so forth, and put together your own plan. There are a couple of issues with this approach. Firstly, trial and error is an expensive and time-consuming way to learn. And each false start and cul-de-sac will consume a little more of your credibility with your staff and a little more of your own confidence. Secondly, why would you try to replicate what already exists? You wouldn't build your own accounts package or your own delivery van, would you? That takes us to the 3rd option, which is to follow a proven method. And here is that method. The Unchained Business Roadmap. It's a series of steps to follow that will unchain you from your business. Tried and tested by lots of business owners, developed over 10 years and thousands of man hours. This is accessible as an online program, as one-to-one coaching, or as an ebook. The complete system in a book for free. And here's a link to download it. Here's a quick flick through what's in the ebook. Okay, so as I said, the complete system, massive amounts of information, detailed guidance, links to templates and tools, all in this ebook. It's laid out chapter by chapter to take you through the Unchain Your Business roadmap, and it's all free. Now, if you've stuck with me so far, I'm guessing that A, you recognise and are feeling the pain of being a trapped business owner. B, you'd like some way out of it. And C, you think this unchained business thing might be the answer. So if you've already clicked through and are downloading the ebook, then that's great. What if you haven't? What if you're still sitting here with some doubts? What if you're still hesitating with your finger or mouse hovering over that download link? Let's take a look at why that might be. You might be thinking, I'm no good at this management stuff. I won't understand it, it will be a waste of my time, and I'll end up looking stupid. Well, here's the good news. It's not complicated. There's no theory, just simple steps to take one at a time. Each step is explained, and everything you need is provided. Help is always at hand, and lots of business owners just like you have done this. Well, you might be worrying, well, I'm too busy, and I don't have time. Okay, but you do have time to keep chasing your tail at work. You do have time to do all the things that you're already paying other people to do. So why not take a few hours out, sharpen your axe, and you'll find you can chop down a lot more trees. So it's your choice. You can just keep on keeping on, as they say. Okay, how do I know it even works? Well, it worked for these business owners. And many more. Or you might be thinking, you know what, I'll do it after X is finished, or when I've done this, or when I'm less busy, or when such and such happens. So be honest with yourself. What you're really saying, if that's what you're saying, is A, I'm never going to do it, and B, I'm not really in control of my business. My business is in control of me. It would be better for you to say, I choose option 1, do nothing, and accept that this is as good as my business is going to get. Okay, maybe you're thinking, my employees will hate it. Well, actually, your employees probably want things to change as much as you do. I mean, it can't be any fun for them. They're working hard, but they're unsure if they're winning or even what game they're in. So naturally, you do have to take care when you make these kind of changes, but your employees won't prevent it happening. Or maybe you think, oh, this is just a scam. Can't be. It's too good to be true. Anything free means there's some trick behind it, and I'm going to end up spending money. Well, I make my living by helping business owners. So it might be that having read the ebook, you would like some paid for advice. And I definitely will follow up and ask you. However, the book is 200 pages long. It contains 10 years experience of helping business owners with this problem. It contains links to all the resources you need. All of this is free, and there's no obligation to buy anything afterwards. So once again, here's a complete system for free in an ebook on this link. It works and it allows you and your business to become unchained and grow. Well, that's it. I hope you found it useful. My name's Nick Bettis and I help business owners like you to run your business better and grow. Goodbye.